Hi everyone, Colleen here. I wanted to share this. I love this card. We were off to Alban Retreat on the weekend and I thought I had a little bit of spare time, so I quickly sat down and made up one of these cards and then realised I was late for the airport, which wasn't a good thing, but anyway, we made it on time. We didn't miss the aeroplane. I added a few extra bits to it from when I originally made it, but I really love this card. This one here I've used the white embossing powder, and this one here I've used the silver, and it's on vellum. So I've just got a piece of vellum there to make it, and then it's highlighted through the back with a piece of white. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make this card. The stamp set we're using today is called Bunches of Love. I think this was the first stamp set I bought because I fell in love with it. I thought it was just so beautiful. And you've got your pieces here that you can stamp inside your large piece, or you can have that just by itself, which is what I've done. It's got these beautiful thinking of you, bunches, love, friend, just, because, and hello. I just think everything about this really appealed to me, and I thought I'd like to make a card with it, so that's what I've done. So what we're doing today is we're going to be making a tent, a portrait card, that's it. And I've chosen to use the new Sugar Plum, and I'm going to be using the Dark Side Up. On the original card, the first one I made, I used charcoal, but I think it's a little bit too heavy, so I'm going to change that to pewter, which is just a little bit softer in colour. And that measures 3 5/8 by 5 1/8, and these white pieces, because there's two, measures 3 3/4 by 3 1/4, and you've got one for the outside and one for the inside for writing on. And our front panel here measures, oh, I think I told you that one. I think I've lost the plot. Nope, I have lost the plot. That's for cutting out. Just ignore me. I've just been a bit of a noodle head. So that's what we've got there. The what we'll also be using today are the fancy tags. That one doesn't belong in there. I've been just having a bit of a faff about with it. Now we're going to be using this one here from our fancy tags. As you can see, I've made such a mess of them. I love, 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 love this set. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Look at everything in it. And that one sits down in there. So I've chosen to use this one today, plus the 2 1/2 inch circle from the Basic Thin Cuts, which are probably here somewhere if I pull them out. Nope, I've put them away somewhere. But this is just the 2 inch circle from the Basic Thin Cut. So we're going to be using that. But first of all, to get started, we're going to score our piece in half. Now, whenever I cut a piece of cardstock up, a large 12 by 12 inch piece, I like to get 3 cards out of it. So this is cut at 4 inches by 11 inches, which means it'll be 4 inches by 5 1/2 inches when folded. That way I know I'm not wasting any cardstock. And 1/4 inch to me is null and void. It's just a small amount. So I've scored that at 5 1/2 inches, and I'll fold that up, and that gives me my card. So I'll put that away, put that off to the side. Now we're going to cut out our centre from our grey piece, and put that on there. Now I'm going to use a little bit of washi tape just to hold it into position, so I can just semi-line it up where I think I might like it to go. It's not very even. Hang on. Let me shift him over just a fraction. About there. That'll do. Now this piece here, excuse me, I'm going to cut that out of the pink, but before I do that I want to cut out the 2 inch circle from there, so 2 1/2 inch circle. So I'll do that in a moment. We'll do this bit first. Bring up the big shot. I will just put that one through. It's a new plate. Oh gosh. And it has little moments where it just loves to stick on me. I found something out. Don't use an old plate and a new plate together, because the new plate will make the old plate buckle all the time. And it was driving me nuts. And then I went and got the other plate to match, and I haven't had a problem since. So that's something I learned. So we'll put that aside. Now we'll cut out from here. We'll cut out our 2-inch circle. It's just on a bit of scrap. That's why I got mistaken. I'll cut that out first. Lift that off. Keep that centre bit for something else. Take away that. Now I'm going to lay on this piece. Because it's got the little tag hole in it, it doesn't actually cut out from here. So I'm just going to line it up so I've got a nice even border all the way around. Oh, oh, oh. Come on, buddy. Right, stick that down. And that will give me a really lovely frame to go around my card. Because I just love this one. We don't need that anymore. I'll just peel this off. I always use washi tape no matter what. I just find it holds it in position. See how I've got this lovely frame now? And I'll just gently press that out. Oh gosh, it's been difficult. I got it out before really easily. I don't think it likes me. And there we are, there's our gorgeous little frame to go around the front of our card. So that will fit around there like that. We can put that on now actually. So just a little bit of adhesive all the way around. Ooh. Put those over there out of the way. Now just line it up with the bottom of the hole. And there's your frame on top of your card. Isn't that cute? Just like that. So we'll pop that aside. Now we're going to stamp. I'll put that under there. Now we're going to stamp our beautiful flower. I mean, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. We're going to be using white embossing powder. And now I have to find where I've just put the... Oh, here it is. It's sitting next to me. I'm just going to rub a bit of puffer over it, just a bit of powder, just to take off any static. And I'm going to use my Versamark ink. Then I'm just going to line that up wherever I like and stamp. Peel that off. Now I'm going to put that onto the inside of this paper. I'm going to add white embossing powder again because I really like this one better. The silver was nice, but I don't think it's as lovely as the white. Give it a bit of a tap off. I haven't got much white left. I know I've got a new jar somewhere, but for the life of me, I have no idea where it is. That doesn't surprise me. If you could see this room, you'd go, neither would I. So we will now plug in our heat gun. Now it will be noisy for a few seconds, but it will be a great end result. So you might want to turn down now. it all done? Yep, it is. Now I'm just going to use some Shin Han markers to colour in. Now I'm going to flip it over. I'll give it a second to just dry. You don't want to have your heat gun on this too long, or it will actually warp and end up burning. So it's just as soon as it changes colour, then you move on. Now I've got Peony Purple, that one's Sap Green, that one there is Golden Yellow, that one there's Lavender, and that one there is Leaf Green. Those are the colours I've chosen to colour in today. So I'm going to just take this one, and just on the white bits here, I'm just going to add a bit of depth to the colour of the centre of the, just following those little lines. So anywhere those little lines are, just add a little bit of the darker colour. Just like that. Oh. And that's it on the flowers. Now I'm going to do the centre. I'll give those a few minutes just to dry. Now on the dark green, I'm just going to colour in just up the centres. Just add a bit of extra colour to it. Some of this you won't see, but it doesn't matter. Oh no, it's coloured in. Now we'll take our Sap Green, our Leaf Green, and just colour in the edges. Colour in that around the flowers. Went off the line. Very therapeutic, isn't it? Oh, I miss these ones. And then we'll take the peony and just colour in our flower there. This is like watching paint dry, isn't it? Our album retreat was amazing. I can't wait till it happens again, and I'm hoping it does, because it was so wonderful. And I'm predominantly a card maker, but I went and did it, and I made a full album. I was so proud of myself. It was beautiful. We had the best time ever. There was that much food to eat. If they had to weigh me and not my suitcase, I don't think I would have got on the plane. We ate that much, but oh gee, it was beautiful. Beautiful food, beautiful company, everything was fantastic. And there we have it. So I'll just let that dry. Now you can see how that sharpens up and brightens up the colours on the inside. I think that's just lovely. So now we will add some 3D foam dots. Oh, 3D foam dots, I've got that on the brain. I'm going to add some glue dots around the edge. I'll bring back my little frame wherever I've put that, right there. So So that'll go into there. So I'll just add some glue dots to the corners and edges. Oh, you noodle head. Put it on the wrong side. Got to go on the right side of it. So holding it upside down, add your little glue dots all the way around the edge. And this will just help to keep it nice and firmly on the cardstock. And now you can just choose where you would like it to go. I think it might turn it around there, won't it? There we are, just rub that into place. And there you have it, there it is in place. So that's going to sit on there. See how the white just makes it pop right out. I just love it. Put the glue dots away. Get some 3D foam dots out. Now you could stick that down flat if you wanted to, but I like to raise it. It gives it that slightly shadowy effect underneath. And I'll just put a couple of these on. Some in the corners just to hold it up. We'll peel those bits off. Add this to the front. Now this is like a 1/16 of an inch border all the way around, like so. And I'll take the card and we'll pop that onto the front of the card like so. I mean, if you wanted to do this onto a standard card, you can. Just when you're adding this on, just make this like at 4 inches. Just make it all that little bit bigger, and that can go onto the front. Now I'm going to take a little bit of a little piece of white, and I've already got loaded up. It says "Thinking of You," and I'm going to stamp that in the new Sugar Plum ink. Did that, I think. Better do that again. Don't be so heavy-handed. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's better. I pushed a bit harder and smudged it. And then I'm just going to cut this out, cut out around these pieces. So just give these a little. Out around them, leaving a tiny little white border. I love our scissors, they're so good. And then I'm going to take a large one of these, and I'm going to cut it up into 4 pieces. Peel off that one, put it onto the back of here. Peel off these 2 to go onto the back of here. No point in using big ones when you don't need to. Peel off that bit and it can go on the back of the of. So I'll put the thinking. Then I'll put the U on. Ooh, it's all stuck to me. I've got that in the wrong spot. Oh no! I've put it down too low. Oh well. These things happen, don't they? There we are. That fixed it. There we are. And we'll put on some little clear sparkles. I mean, if you wanted yours up higher, you could. Just a couple of little gems on it. And there's just a nice little card to give to a friend or someone who's not feeling 100% at the moment and might need to, just for you to think about. So, I hope you enjoyed this little project. Until next time, keep on creating and bye for now.